you hit someone's car in Columbus. The damage to their vehicle alone is $30,000, but your liability coverage maxes out at $25,000. You're personally responsible for the $5,000 gap, and that's just property damage. If you injured the driver, you're in a much bigger hole. That's the reality Ohio drivers face when they carry minimum coverage. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why Ohio's cheapest minimums aren't worth the risk, what actually protects you, and how to fix it without breaking the bank. Ohio's minimum liability is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, and $25,000 for property damage. That's it. You don't need uninsured motorist coverage. You don't need personal injury protection. That's why Ohio is one of the cheapest states for insurance premiums. But here's the problem. Those minimums were written decades ago. They don't match what anything actually costs anymore. Average emergency room visit in Ohio is $3,500. Hospital admission runs $15,000 to $40,000. If you cause an accident and someone spends a week in the hospital, your course $25,000 is gone before they're discharged. The other person's lawyer comes after you personally for the rest, and that's just medical bills. I see this all the time in my agency. At that, people think minimums are fine until they're not. Ohio doesn't require uninsured motorist coverage. About 13% of Ohio drivers have no insurance. That means if an uninsured driver hits you and totals your car without uninsured motorist coverage, you're chasing that person down personally. Good luck collecting. I recommend $100,000 in uninsured motorist coverage. Here's the good news. Upgrading from Ohio's minimums to solid coverage, 100,000 bodily injury, 100,000 property damage, uninsured motorist. Costs maybe $300 to $500 more per year. That's nothing. Ohio gets hail, ice storms, tornadoes. That damage doesn't fall under collision. It's comprehensive. Like, if you're carrying liability only and a hailstorm hammers your car, you're paying the whole repair bill yourself. Comprehensive coverage is cheap in Ohio, and if you own a vehicle worth more than $8,000, it makes sense to carry it. The biggest mistake I see is people keeping minimum coverage just because it's legal. They figure nothing bad will happen, then something does, and a lawsuit sits in their life for years. You don't need expensive insurance, but you need real insurance. In Ohio, that jump from minimum to recommended coverage is maybe $400 a year. If you're paying for insurance anyway, you might as well have coverage